Hello everyone, this is Unreal Noob and welcome to Unreal Engine for Beginners tutorial. In our last episode, we made different blend spaces for our no weapon stance and our weapon stance. So when I'm currently not holding any weapon, I have a specific blend space for walking, as you can see, and running from side to side, corner, like diagonally and stuff like that. Now if I go and pick up this shield and this sword, as you can see, my stance has changed to the combat stance. And in today's video we'll be starting off with the AI. So without any further delays, let us get started. So the first thing that we will be requiring is to open up our content folder, and in our dungeon crawler folder we will make a folder, we'll call it AI, and the next one we'll call is base player. Then we'll open up our character. Let's remove that. Yeah, now let us open up our character folder and let's duplicate the BP player. We'll call it BP underscore base player. Save all. And let's open up our BP player. No, let's open up our BP base player. Now over here, if you compile, you will get this error. So what you have to do is click on class settings and remove the BPI player from this and press no. So it will remove that interface and not convert it to a function. And once that is done, we can go back to BP player. Under class settings, change it to BP base player. Compile save, remove the spring arm, remove the camera, compile save again. Now let's go to the player controller, open up the BP player controller. Over here, if you compile, you will get an error of camera. So remove that and get the camera again and plug it in over there like that and compile. The errors should be gone now and everything is as it was before. It's really good. Okay, so now the first thing that we should be doing is, yeah, let's move this BP base player to the base player folder, and I'll create a child blueprint class. We'll call it BP enemy base, and I'll just move it under AI. Now in the AI folder, right click under blueprint, click on the blueprint classes, and under all classes type in AI controller, deter crowd AI controller, select that. We'll call it BP underscore D controller AI D controller. Let's go to the BP enemy base. The under pawn, our AI controller class would be the BP AI D controller. If you do not have this, make sure your class defaults being chosen, and then this one will pop, this details panel will pop up, and under the pawn you can choose the AI controller class as the class we created, BP underscore AID controller. So compile save. Type in RVO in the character movement, choose the avoidance, and yeah, over here, actually it's one. De facto default value 0.5, so 0.5. Okay, so compile save. Now let us open our BP underscore AI D controller. Yeah, in the event graph, the first thing we need to do is add component under components panel, and we'll type in AI perception. We will add a sense config. It would be the site config, and our dominant sense would be our site. Click on this drop down on the senses, make it 1500. I'll make it 1000 as loose site radius. And detection by affiliation, make sure detect enemies, neutrals and friendlies. And save. Now open up the BP player. Over here we want to add AI perception stimuli source. Over here auto register as source, and add the site sense to it. And now click on the AI perception, scroll down, and on perception updated, we would want to do a for each loop. From the AI perception, let's get actors perception. Array element would be the actor, and split this pin. And from here let's do another for each loop, and let's see if this one is our BP player ref. Let's break this loop element, and let's do a branch. If successfully sensed, we'll make a variable call it target of type actor object reference, and we'll set this target over here just like that. We are not done yet. Yeah. So if it is successfully sensed, we'll set the target as that. It is not sensed, we can set the target as null, maybe not. Now okay, let's go back to our enemy base. Over here, yeah, let's create a blueprint interface. We'll call it BPI enemy. We'll do the same thing in this one. We'll make the enemy reference function, output, we'll call it BP enemy reference. This one would be of the type BP enemy base object reference. Compile, save, open up our BP underscore enemy. Under class settings, we'll add the BPI enemy, so that we have the enemy ref under interfaces. We'll open that one up and plug in the self to the BP enemy reference. Now if we go back to our BP underscore AI D controller, what we can call is event on poses. This is similar to the begin play, like this is called whenever the AI possesses this controller, but in begin play we don't get this pawn object reference. So that's why we are using this event on possess instead of the begin play. So if I call in the enemy reference, I can plug the possessed pawn to the target of the enemy ref, and I can promote this one to a variable. That's why we're using the event on possess instead of the begin play. So we can type in same as begin play, and let's go back to enemy base, and on the event graph what we could do is add a custom event. Let's call it set new target, and let's have an actor reference, object reference. We'll call it target. Let's promote to a variable, it is called target, and then we can set timer by event. So from here we can call in another custom event. We'll call it decisions. uh, let's set it to 0.25, set it to looping, and the return variable will promote this one to a variable. We'll call it f timer handle. And in the decision of a delay 1 second, probably we'll do something. So let's create another function event, sorry, let's create another custom event. We will call this clear target. We'll clear our timer handle, but before that let's get our target, convert to validate get. We want to make sure if our target is valid, only then we want to set these to null, and before this we want to do a delay again, let's say of 5 seconds. And let's do another custom event. We'll call it chase player, and let's do another custom event. We'll call it stay idle. So chase player would be same, convert to validate get. So if it is valid, what we'd want to do is AI, call in AI move to. Basically this is a function that allows the AI to move to a certain destination that you specify, or to a target that you specify. We'll be specifying a destination. So for the target, get actor location, and that would be the destination on 150. The AI can stop. Also, yeah, we do not want this over here. So on the AI controller, if it is sensed, we just want to call it once. Let's add in a boolean as well, sensed. So we can just get our BP reference over here, set new target, the target would be this and sensed would be this. So let's do something. Let's delete this. I don't think we need this. No, we do need that. Let's set it like this. So in set new target, if we have it sensed, get actor location and promote this to a variable. We'll call it target location. Set like that. If it is false, then we'll have a delay, let's say of 10 seconds. Then we'll do a branch again. We'll check again if we have sensed. If it is true, then we'll do this. If it is false, then we'll just clear the target. And we'll call in chase player. And after every 1 second, we'll just plug in over there and we'll call in chase player. And chase player, we have set the target location. We'll set that over there, and in stay idle we will get convert to valid get, and if it is not valid, we'll copy paste this. And after 10 seconds we will get the target location and set it as the target location, and it will move to target location again. And yeah, make it 5, just like that. Let's go back over here. We want to put in a nav mesh bounce volume. Let's scale it. I pressed W and I'll scale it. Press P to see the region that the AI can move in. Press P to turn off. I'll put in and it is following me. It is following me, which is good. And he just comes back over here. Now let's see, let's try to get out of his face. Oh, my bad. Location, we have to get convert to valid. If it is not valid, only do this. my last sighting was over here. He just keeps on following me. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, it's been 10 seconds. He should have stopped following me by now. But he still follows me. So something's wrong. Let's stop that. Let's add a breakpoint over here so that we can see if mm, do we have any errors? No, we do not. So let's see once again. Yeah, we have to have it looping. Let's remove that for a second. Let's see now. Yep, now this is being called. So remove the breakpoint. So he stopped following me over there. Now if if he sees me, he follows me. This one's working, but over here we need to check if it is valid. Only do this, otherwise not. I'll explain you guys what I've done over here once everything has been done and fixed. Now let's see if we get any errors now again. Let's have two of these over here. Let's play set target location. Convert to a validate get is valid, only do this. So yeah, let's move it out over here. So if I play, they are not detecting each other. Now they are detecting me. It just stopped. But to validate again is valid, only then do this. Okay, let's see. Hmm. So the issue is with the setting the target location. So let's see what we can do about that. Let's move this to the back over here. If it is only valid, then do this. Target location. What we can do over here in the perception, remove the friendlies. Let's see now. They still bug out, which is not good for us. So we might have to redo this part. Let's remove this, let's remove that, let's remove the sensed altogether. So over here we do not need this, we have to have it over here. If it is sensed, if it has been sensed, to this. If it hasn't been sensed, then we add a delay of 5. We do a branch and check again. If it is false, then we clear the target. Otherwise we just move if it is false, we over there, and if it has been sensed, we do this. from here. Yeah, sorry about that. Let's save this and then save this. Over here we need to get convert file only if we have it is not valid, only then do this, do this. Get actor location, target location, set the target location over here. We will set the target location over here as well. And over here we want to set the target location as well. Get the target, get actor location, plug it in over here and convert this to a validate get, just like that. Let's check now if we still have the same issues as before. We do not actually, no we do. Let's delete call the clear target. Set target location. Let's do a is valid maybe over here. Compile, save, play. Let's see. Both of them are following me, which is good. If Then lost track of me, but the other one still keeps on following me. And this one still bothers me. Okay, it's it's player ref. Okay, so over here I have to do the same thing, is valid check on the player reference. Am I getting any more? Also, yeah, that is bugging out because over here let's do a delay of 1 second. And what we'd like to do is set actor rotation or interp to current would be the actor rotation, and target would be find look at rotation. Actually we don't need that, just do this. So get actor location if, and then get this target. Actually get the target from here, plug this one like that. So now I don't think I will be getting that bug out. So yeah, it is fixed. Okay, so I don't, so this one is fixed mostly, doesn't bother me much. Now let's just check for one, because we can't run away from both of these at a time with this map. Later on, if we have any bugs with these, we will fix them up. So it stopped over there and it's looking in that direction. Now if I go in the site, it will just, so let's just look at that. 3 4 5 7 8 9 10, and it stops. Now if I'm on top of this, he sees me. And he stops right there. And there are no bugs or any errors, which is good. I think this is good enough. One thing we can try is remove this and see how it looks. But yeah, then it would just stop at once. Okay, let's remove this with a retriggerable delay of 10 seconds. So we can re-trigger this. Stop this. Actually, let's not have it this way. Let's have no delay at all. Let's see what it does then. Yeah. Let's do a delay of 1 second maybe. it is way slower. So let's just stick back to what we had, and in our enemy base, let's just plug this back in like this way it will just come to us. This is good enough. So what we did was we made our BP AID controller. This is the detour controller. Inside this we added a AI perception component, and we scrolled, yeah, and in this AI perception we added the sense config. Under AI perception we added an element, and under that we added the AI site config, and over here we set the site radius to 1500 and the loose site radius to be 1000, and we, under detection by affiliation, we checked on detect enemies and detect neutrals, and we scroll down, and under events we added the on perception updated. Over here we are doing a for each loop, and we are getting the actor's perception from the AI perception component. We then broke the info last sense simile, and from the array element we broke it to get the AI stimulus. And over here we are making sure that the target is our player reference. If it is, we are then checking if the perception sensed something. If it did, we are checking if our player reference is valid. If it is, we are setting the actor location as the target location, so that our AI can move to this location. And we are setting our, and we are calling our set new target. This is nothing but a custom event, and it has an input of and it has an input variable called target of type actor, and we are setting it over here. And if we did not send something, we are checking with a delay of 10 seconds. We will have this as a retriggerable delay of 10 seconds. Then we are checking again if we have sent something. If we have, we set the new target. Actually, you know what, over here, yeah, if you have sent something, we set the target location and move to the set new target custom event. If we have not, we clear the target. Again, clear target is a custom event in our BP enemy base. So in our set new target, we are getting our target, and if it is not valid, only then we set our target. And if it is valid, we can just move directly without setting our target. Then by set timer, actually let's leave it for now. So then we do a set timer by event. And then we call in set timer by event delegate, sorry, and then we call in our set timer by event function. What it does, it executes delegates, and we then promoted the return value to a variable of type timer handle, and we renamed it to f timer handle. And from here we are calling our chess player the first time we see something, and at every 0.25 seconds we are calling this decision custom event. This is basically a delegate. So after a delay of 1 second, we are checking if our target is valid. If it is valid, we are setting our target location as the actual location of the target, and then we are calling the chase function custom event, which then checks if our target is valid. If it is valid, we set the AI move to the target location, and back in the AI detour controller, when we clear the target, what we are doing is making sure if our target is valid. If it is valid, we are removing our timer handle, so this one no longer runs at 0.25 of a second. And then we set the target actor location, because we might roll and the AI will not, we cannot find us. So we did this so that even if we roll, our AI will turn and look at us. And then after a delay of 1 second, we are setting the target location to be we are setting the target to be invalid. Actually we need that. Yeah, so compile, save. Basically this is it. And at the very end, the stay idle part, um yeah, we should call it over here, stay idle, at the very end. So let's see if that bugs something out for us. And he has lost us, and he's watching over there. And later on we'll make it such that it will roam around and search for us, but for now he's just standing idle. And if he sees us again like this, he will come chase us. So this one works perfectly. So that was it for today's videos, guys. Thank you for watching my video, and if you learned something from it, if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, because that really helps me a lot. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you, guys.